Hi everybody, hope you're having a great day today. Thank you for clicking on the video. So what I want to talk about today, or what I want to show you, is how the Mavic Mini responds when you fly in extremely cold temperatures. Now today's not extremely cold. It's 22 above Fahrenheit, so it's actually pretty nice compared to yesterday. Yesterday I drove out here and got some footage of this hospital, this new medical park that they're building, and I had some issues. It was 4 below Fahrenheit, so it was extremely cold. I hadn't seen anyone fly in those cold of temperatures with the Mavic Mini, so I wanted to check it out. Disclaimer, don't ever fly your Mavic Mini below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the parameters that DJI sets. Of course, you could probably go a little bit colder than that. I'm sure they put some wiggle room in there, but -4 degrees Fahrenheit, I do not recommend that. It's very hard on your batteries, so I wanted to say that right up front. But what I want to try today, I want to see if I can reproduce the issues that I had yesterday, and I'll show you those issues as I go through this video. I'm still going to fly from inside my vehicle, even though it's a lot nicer out today, because like I said, I had some signal issues, and I just want to see if that has anything to do with me sitting inside the vehicle. I don't think it does, because I wasn't that far away when I was losing signal, but I want to do it anyway just to try to keep the results the same. So let's get to it. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is 51 Drones, and my name is Russ. If this is your first time here and you're watching one of my videos for the first time, go ahead and browse around the channel and watch and see what I do and kind of the videos that I make. My videos are mostly about drones, but I also do some other tech-related product reviews. So if you see anything that you like or you get anything of value, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and the notification bell. I'd love to have you join the community. So like I said, yesterday I went out and I flew the Mavic Mini right here in this location, and it was very cold, extremely cold, -4 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 30 below Fahrenheit when I woke up with the wind chill. So I let it warm up a little bit. I came out here and I flew the Mavic Mini. Now I didn't expect it to perform very well, just because in those cold temperatures, a lot of things can go wrong. Number one, it's going to affect the battery performance. Your battery is going to drain a lot faster when you're flying in those kinds of temperatures. And then also, I knew I was going to get some warnings, because the Mavic Mini, just like the other Mavics, will tell you that it's too cold to fly, land your drone promptly and stuff like that. And so I knew those issues were going to come up, but I did not expect one of the issues that I did experience, and I'll show you here in just a second what that was. But it's a little bit windier. I'm afraid that might affect the flight time. The comparison of flight time, I'll put it up on the screen here. What I got right off the bat, I'll tell you. Yesterday I got just over 22 minutes of flight time, so I thought that was pretty good with those cold of temperatures. So from 97% to 14%, it returned to home on its own. I had just over 22 minutes, and so not too bad. So we'll see how it does today, but that's mostly not what I want to check out today. What I want to check out today is if I can reproduce some of the image issues that I was having. So let's go ahead and get it up in the air right now. It is a little bit, you can see right here on the screen, it's pretty windy. I'm going to be shooting 2.7K, 30 frames per second, just like I was yesterday. And otherwise, I'm not going to change anything else. We're shooting in P mode. And let's go ahead, I'm going to hit record. So we are getting a strong wind warning. I kind of expected that. Yesterday I was getting a warning about the cold temperatures right off the bat. So I think I mentioned it earlier, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the lowest temperature that DJI recommends flying the Mavic Mini. And so I do recommend sticking with what the manufacturer says. But right now it's 22 above Fahrenheit, and it seems to be doing okay. And so what I want to do today, I just kind of want to fly around the same way that I did yesterday. Just some random orbits. I did some flyovers and things like that. Well, I'm already getting some interference. Well, that's kind of weird. 200 feet away. All right, and all right, I did not get any of that yesterday, so I'm not sure why that's happening today already. Okay, so I'm just going to fly around a little bit here. Okay, so right about here yesterday, every time I got to this point in the video, I started seeing some significant jello effect. And if you don't know what jello effect is, basically it looks like you're viewing the image from underwater. It just starts wiggling all over the place. See, now right now I'm having some wind issues. I'm going right against the wind. I'm flying laterally against the wind. I got it full bore and I'm flying 8 miles per hour. So the wind is an issue today. That's definitely going to affect the flight time as compared to yesterday. But if you look at the footage here, and I'll see if I can put them side by side, yesterday's footage and today, there's no jello effect today. And that's the biggest issue that I saw yesterday in most of the footage with the Mavic Mini flying at -4 degrees Fahrenheit. It had some pretty significant jello effect going on, kind of that warbling or that oscillation of the footage. And I think that's because the gimbal mounts were so stiff that they couldn't handle those cold temperatures. And so today it's not having that issue. Even with this wind, the footage is very stable. I think it looks great. I'm not seeing it on my screen. It might look different when I put it on my monitor at home and start editing the footage. But for right now, it's definitely doing much better than it did yesterday when it comes to the jello effect. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys, if you guys are interested, I have seen some people do some time lapses with the Mavic Mini just by using this feature right here, the timed shot. And you just take a photo every 2 seconds, move the drone very slowly, and it just, you can take a photo and every 2 seconds, and then you can put them together and make a little time lapse with the Mavic Mini. So let me know in the comments if that's something that, that you guys want to see. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and fly around here for the rest of the battery life and get some video footage. And when it hits return to home, I'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so right now I want to show you what popped up on the screen here. It says temperature of current environment too low. Continuing to fly may result in aircraft performance restrictions or safety hazards. Flying under the following conditions is not recommended, and the conditions that we're under right now. So, and that popped up as soon as I started flying directly into the wind. So I don't know if the timing was just right, because it actually is a little bit warmer. It's 23 above now. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the battery temperature. Yeah, we're at 22.7 degrees Celsius. So the battery is very warm right now. And we're at 11 minutes, 19 seconds and 3.37 volts and going down. And pretty soon you'll see here, as soon as the voltage gets down too low, it will recommend to land. At least it did that yesterday. We'll see if it happens today. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do now, looking at the remaining battery life, I got 33% left. I'm going full speed and it's only going, well, now it's starting to speed up. But that's one recommendation that I have for you. Really keep an eye on that battery life, you guys. And if you're flying into the wind, you have to fly back into the wind to get back home. Two things you can do, you can flip it into sport mode. That'll help get it back faster against the wind. The other thing is just get down lower, because on a windy day like today, just decrease your elevation a little bit, and that helps. You can see as soon as I went down to 120 feet, it really started to speed up. And so that's my two recommendations. If you find that your battery's getting pretty low and you're gonna be worried about it getting back home against the wind, flip it into sport mode, and if that doesn't work, lower your elevation. And with the combination of those two things, you should be pretty good. And if you're not, then just hope you're not too far away when that happens so you can walk out and get it. So right now I'm gonna keep it pretty close, just because we're getting close to the battery life of where it's gonna come home by itself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of hang out right here and just fly back and forth. What do we got here? Let's take a look. We are at, oh wow, almost 26 degrees Celsius. We got 13.5 minutes into the flight time and 25% left. So like I said, I'm not gonna risk it. I was gonna do a little bird's eye view here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it relatively close until the return to home kicks in. Oh, right there you can see battery cells under voltage, replace battery. And so 3.32 volts, and that's about when it popped up yesterday, I think. All right, so the Mavic Mini is coming home. So I'm just gonna let it come home by itself, and then we'll get a final flight time once it lands. Okay, oh, my steering wheel's tilting. Sorry about that. Probably been migrating slowly to one side or the other throughout the video. I apologize if that's the case. All right, so I went and turned off the drone, so I don't have the final flight time. I'll put it up on the screen here. Compared to yesterday, definitely shorter than yesterday because of the wind. The Mavic Mini had a fight some extreme winds today. And so that was, well, I shouldn't say extreme, but it was definitely windier than yesterday. So just over 22 minutes yesterday, just over 15 minutes today, almost 16 minutes, so significantly shorter. So as far as the cold temperatures, it didn't affect the flight time that much. I think 22.5 minutes is pretty acceptable for those kinds of temperatures. The biggest issue yesterday was that jello effect, that jello-y footage, you know, where it looks like you're filming underwater. And I didn't have that today, so I'm glad to see that, because I know that some other people had some issues with the jello effect with their Mavic Minis, even in warmer temperatures. And so I was glad that that didn't happen, so I didn't have to return it and get a new one like some others, kludgy. And so just a couple things, you guys, don't do this, don't fly in these kinds of temperatures. Today, you'll be fine flying 24 degrees Fahrenheit. It's really nice, actually. But don't fly at -4, because number one, it's gonna void your care refresh. If you got the DJI care refresh, they're not gonna cover you if something happens to your drone, so don't fly in those temperatures. Number one, it's really hard. Number two, it's really hard on your batteries. These batteries don't like extremely cold or extremely hot temperatures. And so that's why DJI puts those parameters on there. So try to stick to those parameters. You know, I think they give you some wiggle room. So like today, 24 degrees above Fahrenheit, I think you'd be fine flying in those temperatures. It's not gonna affect your performance or anything like that. If you are gonna fly in those cold temperatures, like I said, don't do it. But if you're gonna fly in colder temperatures, keep your drone relatively close, just because you never know what's gonna happen. A good example, yesterday, what happened is my phone froze right towards the end, and it went into return to home. But thankfully I had it very close, so I could see where it's at. I could see it come back to home, you know, visually, had my eyes on it. But if I would have had it too far away, there's no way I could have seen it. I don't know if it would have gotten home okay. So when you're getting in those situations where your battery's getting low, get it closer to you, just because you never know what's gonna happen, especially in extreme conditions. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, click on that thumbs up button. I really appreciate that, you guys. That really tells me that you like what I'm doing, and it really makes me feel good, but it continues to motivate me to make more videos. Also, if this is your first time here, this is the first video of mine that you've watched. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like it, or if you didn't enjoy it, watch some of my other stuff, and maybe you'll get something of value there. So subscribe, hit the bell. I'd love to have you be a part of this community. I want to wish you all a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. However you celebrate, this is the best time of year for you to be with your family and your friends and everything like that. So I want to put out a great big holiday hug for all of you. So thank you for being so supportive of the channel. We're coming up on the end of the year here, and I got some pretty exciting things planned for 2020. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. So thanks for watching today. I sincerely appreciate it. Have a great day. And as always, fly safe and fly smart.